Okey dokey. Where's my, all right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is October 23rd, and this is the Lunenburg Water District Commissioner agenda. We'll start by doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are going to review and sign warrants, which I believe are being
I think they're done.
circulated as we speak. Approve the minutes of September 25th. We all here. I'd look for a motion on that.
So I make a motion to accept the minutes of September 25th, 2024.
Second it?
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, no,
See, we did that correctly.
Close.
I'm getting there. All right, view time bond submitted PFAS grant.
So yeah, they submitted the grant for funding. We haven't heard back yet. It's the same paperwork that you've seen in the past,
Correct.
the process of where they're going to look and test. So mostly just advise you guys it's moving ahead. We'll see what happens with it.
They didn't have a timeline, but it seemed to think, I think the last time they talked, it was revolving. So it's not they decide on this date, they take the application.
As they come. Yep, so they have a pool of money available, and as people apply for it, they disperse it.
Is this the one that we were discussing maybe about a month ago about the different public hearing? This is that same?
That and some things we've already done.
Correct.
Yes, it's
So-
reimbursement.
So if we get reimbursement, that'll just give us future funding for more testing.
So we went for $456,000. So that's for the pilot testing and the updated master plan for PFAS.
Correct.
But where are we on the list of maybe getting some money?
We don't really know. We're a small system, so they have to give a certain portion of money to small disadvantaged, or we're not disadvantaged, we are small. I think we're not disadvantaged. So we're more likely to get money than, like a bigger place. Yeah, if you're under 10,000 population. So for the water district, we don't do the whole town. We're at 7,000, so we do fit into a small system category.
Cool. If we ever, just hypothetically, let's say we expanded the district boundaries to the whole community, would the population, would that really affect us down the road?
I'm not sure how that works, if it's the population in the district or if it's a population we serve. I'm not sure how that is. So in our particular case, we serve 7,000.
Right.
So I'm not sure how that would work.
So if
Yeah,
the
like-
district got bigger, it wouldn't matter because it's still who we serve.
Yeah, like is it a geographical or is it a,
Yeah,
Like
in our case, I use the actual people we serve.
Yeah.
There's a whole formula I fill out. I know everybody argues this, but I do a whole form with DEP. How many people in the district? How many 2 families, 4 families, 20? Well, I fill it all out, and it comes out, tells me the number. So it's a special
Okay.
form map. So if everybody argues it, I'm not gonna argue the form. DEP has me do it, I follow it, and that's what comes out 7,000. So
Okay.
just curious on that form, how does something like arrive? Calculate into?
Because how many 24-unit buildings are there?
Okay.
And then there's a formula for how many people are in that building.
I understand.
So we have to calculate how many 2-family, 4-family, 6-family, 7.
Gotcha.
I have to do a whole spreadsheet on it all, and they figure the total water number out.
Cool.
Any other,
So hopefully it works out good on that. So.
any other questions on that?
No, that sounds good.
Okay, Commissioner, Superintendent, Clerk, Treasurer additions.
You got anything?
No.
I got a few things. One of the AT&T agreement for the Chase Road tank is expiring in like a year and a half, and they want to get moving on doing the RFP for it. So I've been speaking with KP Law, and there's actually 2 locations on that tank available for cellular carriers to put their equipment on, maybe even 3 if we squeeze it in there, because we've had more in the past. Anyway, so we're working on the wording on that, so it's kind of difficult to word it because so we're gonna take the two highest bids. We're gonna put the RFP out, open on this day, and then we're gonna see, okay, these two are the highest. So if AT&T isn't of the two, then they're out of here. So we need to make sure that the RFP is correctly worded so that the people know that they can take access to the site on their termination of their agreement. So I want to make sure we just do it right. The other one of them's all ready to go, and I did send a location request to Verizon to move to that tank because we already have them on the Sunny Hill tank, and I haven't heard back from them. But we'll see how it is. I gave them the coordinates and the heights and stuff, and I told them we have a structure already there available, and the cable tray's already on because we left that from next time I was there. So they should have an much easier install. They decided to go there.
If the bids come in lower than we think they should be, can we refuse them?
You can, but you're not gonna get anybody. So,
Where they're gonna go?
But this, if you think about it, for AT&T, now they could have some competition. They could possibly lose this site if they don't.
They are.
I think it's gonna be pretty competitive.
It will be competitive because you got a lot of the wireless internet people. now. So that they'll be competitive on that. But AT&T wants to cut their rent. They don't want to pay what they're paying now.
Well, they could lose their whole
They
spot.
could lose the whole thing. Yep.
So I think that's gonna make it more competitive.
So do they cut their rates on their phone bills?
No, I don't think they do that.
I don't think so either.
Well, when I talked to Verizon, they said something about they're tightening up their areas. The sites can't transmit as far as they used to.
So they gotta put them
5G,
closer?
So now they gotta move them closer. So.
Yeah,
And you're not gonna find many spots in Lunenburg as good as the Cheese
Right.
Tank,
Yeah.
so.
and it's in a highly populated area.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so that was it on that one. And the only other thing I wanted to mention was I see comments on Facebook and stuff about, we should have a master plan. And as everybody aware, that we have a master plan. It's all infrastructure. Every water main in town, date, how many leaks, how many breaks, when we should fix it. So we have everything. And a lot of these, Mass Ave, Maple Parkway, Whalen Road, so you all have it. So if you want to take a look at it.
Is that a hardcore data master plan?
Well,
No, so it's
No,
more of
no.
a capital improvement.
I know what you're saying.
I get where John was going with that.
Okay,
So anyway, so it's there, so we have it, but the thing everybody needs to realize is PFAS wasn't around when this was done. When PFAS came up, 2 years ago? So it's not part of this plan. This plan is still gonna exist 20 years from now, 30 years from now. PFAS is still gonna be here 20, 30 years from now. So we need to merge the new PFAS regulations with the master plan that is already in place.
The infrastructure master.
Infrastructure, correct.
Well, so I agree with what you just said, and I think that people are living in a closet somewhere if they don't think that not just water, any municipal or utility entity is not going to have capital expenses coming down the line that people aren't aware of right now. If you think sewer or even Unitil we've already seen it. Unitil prices have been getting jacked up. Well, Unitil came into town and they took over all of the poles.
Correct.
So when they took over all the poles, they're replacing a ton of poles.
Yeah.
So that's a capital expense. So any utility is going to incur, capital expenditures
On a capital.
as we go into the future. And, the fact that we have this and we are working on PFAS, it's gonna cost more money. So what quality do you want in your water infrastructure and your water quality?
I think another.
That's what the bottom line comes to.
Well, to add to kind of what Ms. Burr's saying, I think it's important that if you kind of even took a look back, let's say the past 15 years in Lunenburg, what the water rates have been, versus, let's just say some of your other utilities. I know that my Unitil usage has remained pretty consistent in 15 years, yet my bill has gone up 300%. My water usage has been pretty consistent for the past 15 years, and I think it's gone up maybe 20%. And, you know, for the people that wonder why things go up, I mean, we go through it all the time, signing these warrants where our chemicals are through the roof, our electricity's going through the roof. I think it's important for people to understand that. You know, we're like a not-for-profit company here. We're here to make sure that it just doesn't go broke and that we do the best job with the resources we have to provide good, clean, quality water. So, and sometimes you see, I understand people just may get frustrated, like my last bill was high because I filled my pool. That's how it is. So I think if you look into some of the things from perspective, and I definitely started kind of going through some of my just numbers. Man, in the past 15 years, things have gone up a lot. And the water bill is actually the one that's been the most consistent. So,
Yeah.
But we have things emerging, the PFAS.
All right.
Our infrastructure
Absolutely.
is aging out. So, you know, some of the stuff's mandated that we're going to have to do in order to maintain turning the faucets on.
right.
Yeah, right, PFAS. I mean,
PFAS we're gonna have to do.
This isn't like we want to do this, we
Exactly.
Yeah.
have to do this.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a hard one for people to kind of grasp. It's like, I mean, I wish PFAS never existed, and we would just cruising right
Right now,
along,
we probably
and
put more on this.
making
Yeah.
our system better here and there in the pieces that we can. But yeah, the PFAS is throwing a big wrench in it. But we got to do something. We can't just do nothing. That is not an option.
I can't understand why the people in town they just can't grasp that the bills are gonna go up because our expenses are gonna go up. They think the water bill should never change, never. Should always stay the same.
Well, I think that some of the consensus is, I mean, they want to try to control, everybody wants to try to control their expenses.
Of course, that's natural.
And as they go up. But a lot of, some of it is deflection because they some people want you to focus on certain things.
Yeah.
And I think even in some of the conversations that we had with people about PFAS and where we should be treating and what we should be doing, that even the comments that come out from, that they're not the same from everybody. They can't get on the same page as to what the public can't get on the same page as to what they want because there's so many different factions. So I think that, we got a long road ahead of us and we're gonna have to put together, this is stuff that we've been working on. So
Oh, yeah, if you look
to
at the
say
top,
that
we've done
we don't actually put money towards infrastructure would be false. We constantly keep doing it. So to say there's going to be an added expense depends how much of this list we try to
I think
take off.
it's also-
But we are currently incurring funds and currently upgrading our system as we go. So to say that, whoa, we gotta watch out, we're gonna have to update all of our infrastructure. Well, we're already currently working on doing that, where the superintendent says, we're doing that, but now here's PFAS is something that is unexpected that we need to do. Any utility runs into it. The sewer department runs into, hey, we, over COVID, pumped a lot of poop. So now our pumps are getting worn out and we're having problems with elbows and stuff because we put more poop through the pumps.
Yeah, but they also make more money by doing that.
Yeah, but you also have to spend more money to capital money for your infrastructure. I drive over, the number of, they talk about manholes and how many I drive over in town now to go glunk, glunk, and I'm wondering to myself, how many times is it gonna go glunk? And I understand, they have to spend the capital to do it, and that's one of their things. So, just us, it's our job to try to manage that and do the best we can, but yeah, to let the public know, we're doing it currently, so it's not gonna be anything new that we're not doing. The new is the PFAS management.
I think another important thing for the public to know is the things that on this capital improvement plan, that a lot of this Maple Parkway, et cetera, we did ourselves. This Mass Ave project is one of the larger ones that we've had to do in recent years, and this is what maybe has gotten more attention than other ones, but people don't see Maple Parkway getting done. If you don't drive by there, you would Why would you first?
Right.
And at a third cost.
Fraction.
A fraction of cost,
the
but
cost.
we can do it
And we
in-house.
can do it, we've done it very efficiently. This is one of the first times it's on a state road that we had to,
Yeah, that would've been-
you know, it just
Yeah.
would have been too much, so.
So actually, that's what kind of brought up a lot of these comments was the $25 charge on the bills.
Right.
You know, a lot of comments that, you know, back when we did that, you know, there wasn't the bylaw that said that we needed a 2/3 vote,
Mhm.
which is absolutely untrue. So everybody knows, we're borrowing money, it's always a 2/3 vote, so everybody knows, didn't need the bylaw.
And I looked back, it
And
was
it-
100%.
It was a unanimous vote. and the people that were
Unanimously
making the
voted.
comment were here at the vote.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of, it's kind of sad when you see all these comments coming over and then when we know that how pathetic it sounds,
That-
they were actually voting. you
Yeah.
know?
That gets me,
Unanimous.
gets me back to one of my other thoughts. When you said seeing on Facebook, I've stopped, and I know there are other committee members in town and stuff. Use that for informational purpose only, don't take it to heart. Because I look at it as a platform for people to spout off.
Yeah.
And if people really cared about what was going on, they would come in and have the conversations with them. We know the people that care about what's
But
going
the
on. in the
people who are
community.
making the comments are sitting at.
And you know what,
So-
I don't put a lot of value on what I
Okay.
see on Facebook. If people really cared about it, they should come in here. If they want to spout off on Facebook, then,
Well, they don't have to look you in the eye when you're on Facebook.
Fran, don't take it to heart, you're doing a good job, okay?
That's right.
yeah. And it is good that we have this conversation and talk
Right.
about that, you know, people are saying, well, we're gonna have this, you know, we have these big expenses coming. No, I mean, you're right. Mass Ave is isolated. We've been working on replacements and doing what we can in-house, and we're gonna continue to do that. So, you know, it's a difficult process that we have to go through, and, you know, trying to, you know, let people know as we get the comments and respond to them, this is a perfect response to something like that.
So next on the list for Waterman's is Rolling Acres.
Well, yeah,
And I'd like to do that ourselves.
Where is it?
Rolling Acres.
Rolling Acres.
Yeah.
But, you know, but then all the PFAS stuff kind of puts it,
I know.
how much money's going to that, you know, because we gotta,
Yeah, PFAS is gonna be a huge expense to the community, and it's a matter of how much. Do we wanna, you know, what does the community want for a water supply? Do they, you know, you get the people that have concerns when the water shuts off for 3 hours. Well,
45 minutes.
what's gonna happen when we put mandatory restrictions that you can only use a certain amount of water because of our supply? And because our supply is gonna be shrunk from DEP based on what the PFAS regulations are. So, it's a lot of moving parts.
There's gonna be a lot of unhappy people.
Well, you know, the goal is to try to take the information we have, give it to them the best we can, and do the best we can for the water supply in the system.
Let's be honest, we're not gonna be happy either. You know, I mean,
No,
we don't wanna,
yeah.
we don't wanna do
No.
this.
I know.
No.
But they don't seem to understand that. We're doing what we have to do.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do what they
There's
have.
also a lot of customers out there that do understand.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I've had a mix of the phone calls. I've had a lot of people that have given big compliments. You guys are doing a great job down there. Thank you. This is an important stretch. And then I've had a couple people that didn't know. Well, I don't understand. I'm not on that part. Why am I paying for it? Well, so I've explained it and then they understood it for the most part. And then we've had a few people, one wrote on his bill, it was normally a $75 minimum charge bill and it was $100 and wrote crooks across the receipt. You know, so we're always gonna have the few whatever, but for the most part, the people who actually call and have questioned and given me a chance to explain that it's part of the whole system, that it's not a betterment,
Yep.
they've got it.
Yep.
So,
I do give MDR credit. They did a very good job with traffic flow, that entire project.
did it.
As someone who drives by there all the time.
Overall, I thought they did a great job on the project, and you're gonna have bumps on a project.
I'm just saying,
That's the
the
size of
road
the
was like
project.
never like shut down, other than,
Yeah.
you know.
Like today, we tried to pull a line with the cable across
Yeah.
the street, we couldn't get
Right.
it. So we ended up digging it. So it was right at the time when the bus was coming in for the primary school. So we just sat there and waited. Let's wait for the buses to clear. So we did. We sat and waited. They
No, I-
cleared, boom, and we did our thing. So,
I thought MDR and the staff here have done a great job overall with that project. And, yep, gonna be a couple bumps in the road, and there's gonna be a few inconveniences, but when it's done, the idea is that,
We never
It's
go
done.
out there again.
Yeah.
yeah, so, great.
So, only other thing, Ryan, new employees, needs 6 months probation period. He's doing a good job. He's taking classes on Wednesdays now for his D1, T1 license or training. So he's doing good. He's spends a lot of time down on Mass Ave, so he does all our
I've seen him up
GPS
there.
logging, all the books. So when it comes time for the pay requisitions, we take it, what he writes and compare it to what the MDR wants to bill us for, and we confirm, and everything's right on. So, you know, he learned a lot by watching people do the job, so he's doing pretty good.
Nice.
And PJ's getting more time in the backhoe. They fixed a couple of leaks, curb stops and stuff like that, so everybody's kind of, you can see that they're getting more involved, and their knowledge is really climbing, so it's good to see.
Good.
That's all I get.
Yeah,
Do we have any other old business on there? I don't think we have any.
no, it's just Mass Ave, meetings, but there's.
We're still on,
He's
still
still
ongoing the
studying
testing.
asset.
Yeah, it's still, that's still going. So on Mass Ave, we got one house service left to do on the long side,
Yeah.
and then it's done. So we can take the temporary down. We're hoping that Friday we can start taking temporary off, so.
And then they go through and clean up. and
Yeah, so then,
do all
yeah,
the
they'll take
process.
temporary down, then they'll start, as they take the temporary out, then they're gonna start patching the driveways that they.
The roadways and stuff like that.
The road.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put towns on the road, and Bolster Road, I'm gonna get those done quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty rough pulling it
Yeah.
out of there, but those are some of the inconveniences I talked
Northfield
about,
roads.
you know.
Yeah, you did, I just pulled out of Townsend Harbor today too, I was like,
And-
oop, yep, but we need to fix that before the weekend.
Any status on the testing going on at Keating's as far as that they don't have any data yet on whether the way we have to modify the treatment?
Nothing better
Okay.
anywhere, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anything else, Mr. Burch?
I got some prices for the truck, you know, we want to get rid of the one-ton truck.
Yep.
I got prices from HQ, now it's McGovern, the state bid stuff. And it was 83,000 for the Ford, a 3 to 5 yard bucket. They sell Ford and Dodge, and the Dodge was 89,000.
Gas.
Gas engines, because, yeah.
And then those are 5500s or are those?
55s, yep. So the Ford, he said, was 3,000 higher gross vehicle weight than the Dodge.
And we're not looking for a plow because we have enough other plow trucks?
Yep, just a straight
truck, straight truck.
Straight truck, yeah, those were quotes for four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need
you still
to.
need to have the four-wheel drive even if you're not plowing.
And who knows, down the road, maybe you do put plowing on something.
Yeah, and your water mains don't, you know, they're not, they happen in the winter and in bad weather.
Yeah.
So anyway, something to think about, I don't know, I can send all you that information, you can check them out. But, we have options, either we buy off the state bid or we actually go out to bid.
How bad do we need to
They use the
It's either
one-ton
that or
a
we
lot.
fix the one-time we got.
And the one ton, you overload that a lot.
Even if you don't overload it, you can't dump. So we need
Yeah.
to spend some money on it.
I
But
just can't believe the price of stuff. Just-
Actually, what was the number on it?
9?
80 grand?
9.
83 to 90.
For a heavy duty, I mean, a regular one ton's
We
65,
paid
70 grand.
75 for the
Yeah.
utility.
What year is that one? What year is the one-ton?
Oh, that's
2002.
Yeah.
2000. Yeah, so that one's, it's just, when you back up, you have no mirror, so you gotta take the mirror and hold it out the window so you can see it.
That can be fixed.
So,
But the dump body itself is, they were dumping stuff from fixing something and they had to
Yeah.
grab the backhoe and pull
With
stuff out of it.
the age of that truck, I think trying to fix that truck and keep it in service, you're asking for
And
issues.
if you guys want to fix it up a little bit? I don't mind keeping, what do you guys want?
I just,
No, when they need that truck and when things need to get fixed,
I guess I just don't know how bad that truck is. You know what?
You
But-
come and drive it, and then you can see it.
I'll tell you that,
Chris, you see my sand, this thing's like brand new.
yeah.
So anyway, so I'll pass you the information, you guys think about it,
Sure.
come check it out, or go after the meeting, you check it out.
I do definitely think that if we do buy something, I would like a 550 rated vehicle, because I know my one tons hold a lot more than 1 ton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What's that, a 3,500?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we'll go to Keating when we do
You
it,
get
and the old
to-
garage, we're getting 4 tons of stone.
I'm voting for a new one.
Come on.
I found out that it doesn't pay to buy other people's junk.
Oh, no, there's no doubt about that.
They're getting rid of it for a reason. Not because it's running good and looks good.
Yep.
They're getting rid of it for a
So
reason.
those weren't, we're gonna trade that in, so that it'll be a little less than those numbers. I'm not sure what they'll give for trade-in, but he said he'll tell me what he wants pictures of. And he's not gonna come look at it, he's gonna go by the pictures, so.
Just make sure you get one without the mirror missing on the side,
They know.
or we hold it next to it.
Mr. Chairman, we have a
Mr.
public
Chair.
comment.
Oh,
Can I just make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
Okay, there's been some good things about Dodges and some bad things about Dodges, okay? I understand on the pickup trucks, only because I talked to the mechanic, they've been having trouble with the exhaust manifold bolts coming loose after a certain amount of time. Okay, so can we look into somebody that knows more than we do? What do they suggest? Because I hear Dodge has got problems.
I think all brands pretty much
They
have certain
do,
problems, so.
yeah.
no, but noted.
I'm not
No,
pushing
no.
Ford or Dodge, but I should.
Terry's pretty good about
Yeah, Terry's very
like,
good at. he's
looking
very-
things up and going, all right, if we're looking at this truck or this truck, he'll go on like,
Yeah. Terry used to work in
town.
Townsend Ford, so he's
Okay.
very,
but he also goes on a lot of,
All right.
what you call them, forums
Yeah.
to see what
Yeah.
people talk about.
Just remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
I better say
We don't have
something,
the
okay.
International or the Chevy, the GM version.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, maybe if we go to bid, we can open it up to everybody. I like even, Powell has that Peterbilt, that small
Yeah.
6-wheel Peterbilt. I mean, I have no idea what those cost, but it's just.
I think Woody has an idea how much
Maybe
it
we
costs.
should look at the international.
I do, yeah, I think if we do get something, it still should be like a 1 ton. I'm a fan of the,
Small.
Yeah.
you know, like a regular.
The smaller chassis.
Regular cab, a 3-5 yard body, whether it be a 450, 550,
Right.
not a 350, you know.
They make them, I think they're 3 to 6 yard bodies
I'll
on
tell you,
them.
I think you should probably check with Peterbilt because they're trying to get into the market around here big time. Not that they're gonna give their trucks away, but they wanna get their trucks out there. I would check,
So it
so.
won't hurt to give it a
Yeah.
call.
I mean, even if it's the same price of a Ford and
Well,
a
I just
Dodge.
think it's also the size of the vehicle. Like a regular 1 ton like we have now is a very convenient to use truck. I understand that you can't put 20 yards in it, but sometimes you just need you use that a lot more than just a dump truck. You
I
really
drive
drive
yeah.
around.
it, you know.
I go down when we
Yeah, I mean,
go to Mass Ave.
it's a comfortable truck to,
Yeah.
it's a pickup truck. It's a, you know, so like.
Multi-purpose, yeah.
It's a very multi-purpose. I wouldn't want to go larger than let's say your standard cab pickup.
Agreed.
Just because we have an A-car
When
Mac.
well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, that, you know, the next thing is take those 2 trucks and merge them into something that's somewhere in between, but I know you don't want to hear that story, so let's stick with what we're talking about right
One truck at a time.
Yeah, one truck, one shot.
now. You know my theory about us hiring 4 guys and doing our own replacement.
I like that.
Well, you ain't doing it with the equipment we got.
Yeah,
No way.
That would be that rubber tire excavator we're gonna get.
I would not be opposed to this. Anyway, we are digressing.
Yep, sorry.
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Bursch,
I'm good.
You sure?
I don't have anything else for Frank
Fran,
this time.
keep at it.
No, I'm good.
All right, you're up.
I'm good, because you probably won't ask me.
Any more public comment?
All set, thank you.
I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're out.